Welcome to Ramco Systems. In this presentation, we will demonstrate how the procure-to-pay process of Ramco ERP on cloud helps the person in charge of purchase to optimize the procurement cycle. This is Matthew, the purchase manager of a large administration. As purchase manager, Matthew needs to maintain excellent vendor relations, get the best deal for his company, and ensure that the entire purchase cycle runs smoothly. Until now, Matthew has been using a manual system for keeping records on inventory. Let's introduce Matthew to Ramco ERP on cloud. With Ramco ERP, Matthew can add value to the procurement processes by using the right tools and spend disciplines. For instance, assume that a particular department raises a request for an item X. Matthew, the purchase manager, first raises an RFQ, requesting for quotations from various vendors. Once the quotation has been evaluated and finalized, he raises a purchase order with a finalized supplier. When the goods are received, he raises a supplier invoice, and the finance department then releases the payment. Finally, the relevant tax adjustments are made. The solution's automated and rules-based procure-to-pay processing capability optimizes workflow, besides enabling improved quality and quantity management, vendor management, and cash flow management. Since the entire solution is web architected, Matthew can stay in touch with the process anytime, anywhere. Let's assume that a user from the IT department has raised a purchase request for a laptop. Matthew raises the request for procuring the material by visiting the Maintain Purchase or Subcontract Request screen. He chooses Purchase Request as the request type. He selects the purchase request number by searching through the PR or SCR number. Other users too can access the screen and raise the request themselves. Matthew then requests for a quotation through the Request for Quotation screen. He floats this external document to raise quotes from vendors. He can also mail suppliers asking them for a quotation. Based on their response, he can feed the quotes into the system. While recording the quotation from every supplier, Matthew also captures the supplier's contact details, rate at which the materials are offered, information on terms and conditions, taxes, charges and discounts. This will help him to select the right vendor for procuring the materials, based on their quotes and payment terms. He can also generate various reports on quotations submitted, compare rates, and finally place the order against the most competitive vendor. With a multi-currency option, Matthew can choose the currency of his choice. Matthew can also record the receipt of goods received from the supplier, corresponding to the purchase order note. Matthew can also maintain the quotation details of various vendors through the Maintain Quotation screen. Based on the least quote and payment terms, Matthew authorizes the vendor. This screen forms the basis for raising a purchase order. The page shows the supplier name, items to be procured, the rate at which it is being procured, and the required date for the same. Based on the least quote and payment terms, Matthew authorizes the vendor. The purchase order is created based upon the quotation selected, and this is issued as an email to the vendor. An email can be sent to the selected vendor. Matthew can also capture the type of purchase and define the purchase category. Matthew can also define the purchase category viz. domestic, import and other ad hoc purchases. By entering the reference document number, Matthew can fetch the details for the purchase order. He does this through the Maintain GR screen, projecting the date on which the materials have been received, the supplier name, item description, as well as the received and pending quantity. The screen will also help Matthew to authorize or cancel the goods receipt. Once Matthew has received all the ordered items in good condition, he gets the supplier to send a supplier invoice for the materials delivered. Matthew can also group several payment batches together through the payment batch screen. He can simultaneously submit the selection, build, or format processes for each payment batch in the set. He can also submit several payment batches with different payment currencies. The pay batch numbering type can be made manual or automatic. By typing or searching the pay batch number, the supplier's details with the transaction amount and payment mode will be reflected. This screen will also project the credit note that is issued to the vendor with the supplier details, total transaction amount, and outstanding amount if any. The payment mode can be classified as cash, check, demand draft, direct debit, or letter of credit. After specifying how he will be paying, Matthew visits the Pay by Bank screen to conclude the transaction. Ramco ERP on cloud makes the procurement process simpler than ever before. With minimal touch points, you can optimize your procurement cycle and maintain excellent vendor relations. Enhanced reporting and communications tools give you comprehensive visibility over your purchases, leading to better collaboration with preferred vendors, reduced transaction processing costs and errors, and accelerated financial settlement cycles for optimal payment terms. Contact us for a demo at cloud@ramco.com or call us